Historic Muzzy Field for today's CCC semifinal matchup between the Titans of Hall High School and the East Catholic High School Eagles. East Catholic will be the home team and comes in with an 18-2 record. Head coach for East Catholic is Jerry Hollis. Assistants are Tyler Lapey and Ozzy Ramos. Hall is visiting and is led by Nick Sanford and assistants Dave Masters, Scott LaRock, and Rick Sanford. Hall's record is 15-5. Now for the starting lineups. First for Hall. Shortstop, number 25, Josh Gertner. Center fielder, number 22, Jeff Nyman. Pitching, number 12, Max Hannawalt. Playing third base, number 2, Quinn O'Neill. Left fielder, number 4, Tommy Hussey. Second baseman, number 21, Kyle Sharkey. Playing first base, number 1, Matt Panarella. Right fielder, number 10, Lou Sauer. And catching, number 3, Jamie Alerte. And now for East Catholic. Leading off, pitcher, number 13, Will Stanley. Playing second base, number 24, Tyler Shaw. Catcher, number 1, Tyson Cass. Third baseman, number 8, Quinn Orvis. Left fielder, number 22, Ryan Curry. Playing first base, number 26, Nate Wright. Center fielder, number 11, Matt Martello. Right fielder, number 16, Josh Klein. And shortstop, number 3, Ryan Hollis. Please rise and remove your hats for the national anthem.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into WHCI as we get set for Central Connecticut Conference semifinal action here in Bristol, Connecticut. Anthony Altamirano with you as we get ready to get underway. On the hill today for East Catholic will be William Stanley, the right-handed senior and the UMass Boston commit. Will get the challenge to face this red-hot Titans team. Stepping in the box to lead us off here will be Josh Gertner, a familiar face. Indeed, he'll be the leadoff hitter today. As the first pitch comes in. At 3:39, a few minutes after the intended start time. We're officially underway at the historic Muzzy Field. Gertner swings and grounds this one over towards Sanford at the third baseline foul. It'll be Gertner leading off, followed by Jeff Nyman, the center fielder. And Max Hanawalt, the pitcher for today's ball game, batting third, followed by the cleanup hitter, one of the best hitters in the conference in Quinn O'Neill. As Gertner looks at a ball 2-2. Tommy Hussey will be batting in that fifth slot and playing left. Kyle Sharkey playing second, batting sixth. The senior Matt Panarella will be playing first and batting seventh as Gertner slaps one into right field for a base knock, first hit of the ball game for the junior.
Center fielder, Jeff Nyman.
That'll bring up Jeffrey Nyman. Lou Sauer will be the 8-hole hitter, and he'll be playing right field, and then Jamie Alertze will round out that 9 spot, and he'll be calling balls and strikes behind the plate for the Titans. So a familiar lineup indeed. As the left-handed power hitter Jeff Nyman steps in. Nyman always a threat to push that ball to the deepest points of a ballpark. Swings and hits this one, but foul over towards the Hall dugout. So some unfamiliar territory for us. This is the first game this season that we will see Hall playing as the away team for us. Actually, that's not true. We saw it in the Mayor's Cup as well, but this is the non-West Hartford versus West Hartford one that we will see over here at WHCI, where Hall is playing as the away team. We don't usually do these types of games, but we're happy to cover tournament time. Nyman calls for time here. Nyman, a junior this season. He's been battling some injuries with his arm recently, but seems to be good to go after a couple days rest. He looks at a ball there. Hall coming off of an 8-1 victory over the Farmington Riverhawks their last time out. That was the Central Connecticut Conference quarterfinal, or the first round as it's known. Through to second, Josh Gertner playing mind games. A 3-1, 3-2 count, I should say, to Nyman. Stanley, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss and a ball inside. Against Nyman going down, so that's a big out there. Well, that'll bring up Max Hanawalt from one junior to another.
Max Hanawalt.
Hanawalt, a right-handed hitter. He'll be pitching on the hill today, one of the best pitchers that the Titans have. Titans have had a couple days rest after a busy week last week. They played 5 games, finished only 4 of those. One of them was Hamden twice, as this one ends up hitting Hanawalt. So 2 on now, as that'll bring up Quinn O'Neill, the very powerful right-handed hitter.
O'Neill.
And a utility player for this All-Titans squad. O'Neill leads the team in average, extra base hits, total hits, and RBIs this season. RBI total over 30. He's got a chance to pick up a couple ribbies here today. Gertner's going to go, checks his swing. That throw is way off target from behind the plate. So Cass, looks like it slipped out of his hand. But both runners will advance on that one. Now 2 in scoring position here with only 1 gone. So O'Neill having a pretty good baseball season, but a lot of those that have been following the broadcast all year long know that he's a football player as he rips this one up into the middle. That's going to bring in a run. They're going to send the other runner home, and he's going to come across the score, and quickly the Titans are up 2-0. A 2 RBI single for Quinn O'Neill. The RBI machine just keeps on raking.
Left fielder, Tommy Hussey.
So from one hot bat to another, that'll bring up Tommy Hussey. He had a pretty good week last week. Put up double digits RBIs on the week. Had a home run as well. A couple of clutch at-bats in the Mayor's Cup and in the CCC first round. He takes a big cut here. And a swing and a miss for a strike. 0-1 to him. Well, this is good for the Titans getting this lead early on. They played better when they're ahead. Swing and a miss from Hussey now, 0-2. One thing that the Titans will have to look for is attacking this pitcher early, as that one is inside. They want to make sure that East Catholic ends up getting to that bullpen quicker than they are hoping to. The Titans will have to attack the UMass Boston commit. At least up to this point, that's what they've been doing. O'Neill's going to go. That's going to be a called third strike. The throw to second is not in time. As O'Neill gets there, East Catholic was already headed towards their dugout. They thought he got him out. Now, they're pretty unhappy with that. Well, that'll bring up Kyle Sharkey. So Cass was headed all the way to the dugout. He thought it was inning over.
Sharkey.
So now O'Neill in scoring position. That puts some wheels at the plate on Kyle Sharkey. One of the fastest runners on the team as he rips this one into center field. They're going to send Quinn O'Neill home. A throw from center is going to not be in time. Quinn O'Neill gets there. And the Titans have a 3-0 lead. Well, Martello had a pretty good throw from center, but O'Neill able to sneak in there. Well, that'll bring up the senior first baseman, Matt Panarella. Well, this is a team full of athletes. O'Neill, a Division III college football commit, was able to evade the tag. From the catcher, Cass. That brings up Matt Panarella. Panarella also has some hot hitting recently. Swings and misses at this one for a strike. So Sharkey in scoring position now with 2 gone. And he's got wheels. This Titans team not afraid to steal bases. He hits this one. Chopper up the middle. Picked up by the shortstop. Not in time. Oh, they're going to call him in time, though. I can't believe it. Well, they call him out at first. Well, that ends the inning. Boy, I think he was safe, though. They call him out regardless. 3-0 your score. Titans get on the board early. We head to the home half of the first. All right, back here on WHCI as Will Stanley hops into the box for East Catholic. They get a chance to start their offense off. So that one is in there for a strike. Max Hanawalt, the junior righty, on the hill for Nick Sanford's squad today. One of the best pitchers in this rotation. He was a starter last season as well on the varsity squad, and this season he's really blossomed into one of the elite arms that Nick Sanford has. He's got a couple runs to work with here as well. He can thank himself in part to that as he was able to get on base and score. He's got some runs to work with. One is a ball there. East Catholic comes into this one only 2 losses on the year. They come in after defeating the Berlin Redcoats in the quarterfinals. That one fouled back. That game not too close at all. Berlin only scoring 1 run in the game. It was a 7-1 victory for the Eagles. This one is fouled away and out of play. Hanawalt getting set. The pitch. Swung on, lifted into right field. Sauer tracking it down there to make the grab for the out. So quickly one is gone here.
Second baseman.
Take a look at the keys to the game for the Titans. It's about starting fast, which they've done up to this point. 3 runs already on the board for them. This is a neutral site postseason game. Settling in early becomes even more important. Hall enters today having won 11 of their last 12 contests, while East Catholic has won 11 straight overall. It's a matchup between 2 hot teams. The side that grabs that early momentum could put immediate pressure on the other. It's also about controlling that momentum. This offense has become the most productive in the conference all season. East Catholic already defeated Hall 9-8 earlier this year, and both teams enter with run differentials of over 100, so limiting big innings and responding quickly after momentum swings could be the difference in a close postseason game as back-to-back flyouts. Finally, it's about staying composed. Hall returns to the CCC semis after reaching last year's conference championship game, while East Catholic enters this postseason as one of the favorites to win the tournament after a dominant regular season. Both teams coming off strong quarterfinal performances, handling the pressure and staying composed in these key moments will be critical for a championship game berth on the line. And, of course, this is the first of 2 games being played here at Muzzy today, both semifinals. The game after this one will be Southington taking on Glastonbury. That should be a real good one. 2 teams that are ranked among the top in the state. Both teams eclipsing that top 6. There's the pitch. That one is a little upstairs. Tyson Cass, the catcher at the plate. That one is in there for a strike. This one is fouled away. Full count now. 2 gone, nobody out here in the home half of the first. Hanawalt, the pitch. Grounded right back to him. Should be routine. Toss to first is in time for the out. So Titans make quick work of the Eagles here in the first. 1, 2, 3. goes East Catholic after one played. Titans up 3-0.
Fielder Lou Sauer.
All right, back here on WHCI as we get set for the start of the second. East Catholic down early. If you're just joining us, 3-0 the score. Titans up. Lou Sauer, the right fielder, will step on in. Sauer, the 8-hole hitter. Titans managed to go through 7 batters in that first half. So now it'll be 8-9-1 up for Hall. So that one is fouled away. Sauer, right-handed hitter and an outfielder, playing right field today. Sauer also can pitch as well. That one is outside. Stanley the pitch. That one is inside. Titans good about drawing deep counts and getting that pitch count up. They've been good at it all season long. He rips this one right into the glove of the shortstop, though. It's a line out there. Quickly, one is gone, but here comes Jamie Alerte. Alerte, the 9-hole hitter and the everyday starting catcher for Nick Sanford's squad. Hits this one right up the middle. Second baseman fielding it. Quick toss to first is in time for the out. So Alerte goes down on first pitch swinging, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Josh Gertner.
Shortstop, Josh Gertner.
Gertner among the team leaders in batting average. He sits within the top 3 with a batting average over 400 this year. Hits this one sky high center field. Is there tracking it down to make the grab for the out. So a couple of first pitch swings for the Titans. Get them out in order. 1, 2, 3 goes Hall. They still lead it 3-0. We've played 1.5. You're watching WHCI.
Third baseman, Quinn Orvis.
Back here on WHCI as we get set for the home half of the second. Quinn Orvis, the right-handed hitter for the Eagles, will step on in. And he'll be going up against Max Hanawalt, the junior. Hanawalt's got a 3-pitch repertoire. He has a 4-seamer, a curveball, and a changeup that he brings into this one. Orvis checks his swing, but it's a strike regardless. This one is fouled away. Hanawalt, a junior, not committed to a college yet, but he'll have pressure to go Division I. He comes from an entire family of Division I players. His dad was a Division I pitcher at Pitt. His brother is currently a Division I baseball player at Fordham. And his mom is a Division I player at field hockey. He comes from an entire lineage of Division I athletes. He gets a strikeout there.
Left fielder, Ryan Curry.
So that'll bring up Ryan Curry. That one inside, I said, get out of the way, it almost gets him. That one is upstairs. Inside, ball four, so he walks him.
First baseman, Nate Wright.
Well, that'll bring up Nate Wright. Wright is a senior. He's got a runner now on first. Looks at a strike there. First base runner for East Catholic here. Wright will be looking to advance that runner as the East Catholic Eagles look to get on the board. This one is swung on, grounded, double play ball, flips to second for one. The toss to first is in time for a double play. So 4-6-3 to end the inning. Good fielding there from the Titans. They get out of it, only allow one base runner. No hits, no errors, no runs. 3-0 your score. back here on WHCI as Jeffrey Nyman steps in the box as we get ready to start the third. He swings and hits this one foul. First pitch swinger. Nyman is a junior at Hall. He's a center fielder, throws right, bats left. Nyman was named among the players to watch by Connecticut Insider for this tournament. So he grounds this one foul down the first base line. Nyman, the only Hall player to be named by Connecticut Insider as a player to watch entering the CCC tournament. Hall, of course, sitting outside that Connecticut Insider's top 10 rankings for best teams in the state as well. So not a lot of love from CT Insider for this West Hartford squad that remains unbothered by it. Talked to Coach Nick Sanford about it, and he says, you know, I want them to doubt us. I prefer not to be ranked. I don't really think about stuff like that. But you know, it's something that he'd prefer to be underestimated, and you know, I kind of agree with him. Let these players do the talking for you, right? That one's in there, called third strike, and Nyman walks away a little unhappy with himself. He's not too thrilled with the call, but nevertheless, a strikeout there. Max Hanawalt will step on in. He's the right-handed hitter and today's starter for the Titans. Hanawalt, an athlete, comes from a big athletic family. We had a chance to talk to his brother, who's a Division I pitcher at Fordham during the Mayor's Cup, and he spoke highly of not only his brother but the entire squad. Hanawalt was a varsity starter last season as well as a sophomore. He chops this one over to first base. First baseman is there to take it himself for the second out. And steps in the ever so dangerous threat of Quinn O'Neill, the cleanup hitter for the Titans. O'Neill with
third baseman, Quinn
many
O'Neill.
RBIs. He leads the team in RBIs this season, among other categories as well. Seems like he's done everything except hit that home run. And we keep waiting for it. We've talked to him a couple times before and after games over the last week or two, and he says he's going to get one. He promises he's going to get one. So we're waiting for it to come. We've seen Tommy Hussey and Jeff Nyman go yard this season. Of course, this is only talking about games that we've covered. We can't speak for anything they've done on the road. Saw Hussey go yard in the last game. Hall is winners of 11 of their last 12. They had a 10-game win streak that they had snapped recently by Hampden. And they picked it back up with a victory against Farmington. This one is swung on and hit foul. Pretty good swing there. Just a little bit early, and he would have had probably extra bases. But he's a little late on that swing, so he pulls it a little foul. Hall this season, entering today, are outscoring their opponents 176-70 on the year. As Quinn O'Neill draws a walk. Now that's entering today. Right now, It's 179-70 if you include today's numbers. It's a run differential of 109 in the plus as we have a visit on the hill. Tommy Hussey stepping on into the batter's box so he gets set, take his second cut of the ball game. This is a chance for the head coach to kind of talk to his pitcher on the hill and calm him down.
Tommy Hussey.
At a big spot here, they don't want to lose this game. Titans are battle-tested, though. Last season, they made the CCC championship game and lost to the eventual champion, obviously, Southington, who also won it in the previous season. They won it in 2024, as well as last season in 2025. This year, Southington is back in the semifinals. They'll be playing later today once this game concludes, as they look to repeat again as champions. East Catholic lost in the first round of the CCC tournament last season. And Hall went on a run of their own, of course, and then lost to Southington, as mentioned before. But they'd like to capture the whole title this season. That one finds its way into the strike zone. While the conference title will be nice, they're really chasing the ultimate prize, which is a state championship. That one inside, did it get him? That one did not, but it'll be a ball, and O'Neill will advance to second on the play. Call that a wild pitch. Stanley gets set, runner now on second. The pitch. Hussey grounds this one to short. Should be routine toss to first. Is in time for the out. So they leave a runner stranded, and O'Neill, as the Eagles get out of it, they still trail. It's 3-0 Titans.
Leading off for East Catholic, center fielder Matt Martello.
Back here on WHCI as Matt Martello steps in the box. We get ready for the next half of CCC baseball here at Muzzy Field in Bristol. Titans up 3-0 early on as Martello swings and lifts this one into right field. Sauer grabs it there without having to move too much for the first out. Quickly, one gone here.
Right fielder, Josh Klein.
So that'll bring up Josh Klein. East Catholic trying to get their bats going here. And this inning, up to this point, pretty quiet offensively. They're not used to this. This Titans defense has been holding them up pretty well, though. Max Sandoval doing a good job on the hill. He's doing pretty good pitch count-wise, too. Came into the inning sitting under 30. So pretty good pace up to this point for the young Hanawalt. Klein thought about going. There's going to be a strike anyway. And nobody on, one gone here. And the home half of the third. It's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. So Klein will get walked, and that'll be another base runner for East Catholic. They had one last half inning as well. Couldn't do anything with it. But they'll be hoping to do something here. So Ryan Hollis steps in. That one's a strike. Hollis, a right-handed hitter. And he's the 9-hole hitter in this East Catholic lineup. 1-1. They'd like to bring up the top of the order here. With maybe 2 runners on is the hope, but 1 run on right now. Hanawalt getting set, checks over at first. See Klein, the pitch. This one is a little excuse me swing line to second. Toss to first is in time for the out. They double him up, a twin killing on a great fielding play from Kyle Sharkey. So they get the double play to end it here. Through 3 played, the Titans are up 3-0. You're watching WHCI.
You said he's at third, right?
Well, here's a look at Nick Sanford, the head coach of the Titans. He was part of that 2009 squad that won the CCC title. And Dave Masters was a part of that squad as well. And Dave Masters, of course, on that 2009 team, but as well on this team. Both squads include a Dave Masters and a Nick Sanford. Nick Sanford was then the shortstop of the Titans in that 2009 CCC champion team. The last baseball banner to be hung up in the gymnasium, as Rick Sanford put it. As he's going to get hit. So Sharkey's going to get plunked.
First baseman,
So that'll bring up Matt Panarella, but having that type of coaching on your team is, well, nothing short of amazing. They've got some great baseball minds in there. Scott LaRock, Dave Masters, Rick Sanford, Nick Sanford. They've got some good baseball minds in that Titans dugout. Dave Masters, of course, was a coach of the Titans, as mentioned earlier, but he also helped coach Simsbury a little bit. He was also a football coach over at Simsbury, too, for some time. And Nick was a all-star, all-state, I should say, shortstop. He was an all-state shortstop. Throw to first is not in time. Nothing doing there for Sharkey. Sanford was an all-state shortstop. He went on to play Division I baseball at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, the Minutemen. And this is his third year with this program. He brought on Dave Masters when he came back as well. Nick, this is a good built program. Every season that Sanford has been at the helm, they have made the playoffs in the CIC Class LL level. Throw to first is in time, so they get Sharkey at first on the pickoff. So Sharkey goes down. Bases will be clear here with one gone. So a good move from the senior right-hander. That one's in the strike zone for a strike. Panarella, senior first baseman for the Titans. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt to first. It's going to be in time for the out. So now quickly two are gone here after the pickoff and then the strikeout on a drop third strike. Well, that'll bring up Lou Sauer.
right fielder, Lou Sauer.
That one is in there for a strike. Called third strike. Well, he gets him looking on the backwards K to end the inning. So they did get a base runner who got picked off, and then back-to-back strikeouts. That's how the inning goes. The Titans are still up 3-0 as we head to the home half of the fourth. back here on WHCI as Will Stanley steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. Stanley is a Division III commit to the University of Massachusetts, Boston. And he is going up against Max Hannawalt. Swing and a miss. Will be a strike there to Stanley. Hannawalt sitting under 40 pitches tossed up to this point. He's on a great pace to potentially go complete game. Ooh, that one up and in near the helmet. That'll be a ball. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit backwards. And out of play for a foul. It'll be interesting to see how Nick Sanford handles Hannawalt throughout the rest of this game. Like I said, he's on a pretty good pace now. Could go a complete game if they want him to. Remember, there is a game tomorrow for whoever advances from this game. There'll be the CCC Championship tomorrow. Otherwise, the loser of this game will be eliminated from conference tournament and will then instead wait the state tournament, which both of these teams have clinched their spots. The state tournament will be starting shortly. The first round of the CIC Class LL tournament will start Monday, June the 1st. Swing and a miss. Hannawalt gets the D3 commit to swing and miss for the strikeout. Well, that'll bring up Tyler Shaw, another Division III commit. Shaw will be real familiar with West Hartford very soon. He's a USJ commit, University of St. Joe's. Of course, located in West Hartford. The arrival of the University of Hartford, they have the cup. They play. This is swung on, lifted, foul, which is really cool. That's a newer thing that they've done in the past couple years, the Collegiate Mayor's Cup, which right now the University of Hartford does hold that crown. The USJ will try to get them back next year. Of course, we have the regular Mayor's Cup, which we do at the high school level between the softball and baseball squads. That one is a blooper, finds its way into the right field. And Sauer will grab that, and it'll be a base knock there as the no-hitter is over. First hit allowed by Hannawalt, and it comes off the bat of the USJ commit. Tyson Cass, the batter. He's 0 for 1 today. So Hannawalt pitching pretty good up to this point, just a hit allowed. First hit allowed is coming in the 4th inning. He's been able to silence this lineup for the most part. Very impressive for the young junior. You got a runner on first, just one out. Hannawalt the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Hannawalt checks over at first. Now the pitch. That one is a little high. It'll be a ball. Well, this East Catholic team had come into this one as one of the hotter teams in the conference, as that's in there for a strike. They're winners of 11 straight, and they come into this one with a run differential of 101 in the plus column. 186 runs have come across the score for East Catholic. Of course, that number is now below 100 if you factor in today's runs. But still, nevertheless, an impressive feat. This one is lifted. Foul territory on the run. Matt Panarella not able to get there in time. But a good hustle there. But really, when you think about that, this East Catholic team is one of the hotter teams in the conference, and yet they only have their first hit just now in the fourth. That's a testament to what this Titans team has been able to do early on. They played really well. They've played here before, too. East Catholic has also played here before, but hasn't played here in quite some time. Throw to first is not in time. Meanwhile, Hall made it all the way here last season, as the CCC tournament was also here last year. They made it all the way to the championship game, so they're very familiar with Muzzy Field. Of course, Muzzy Field home to the Bristol High School teams as well. Hall plays those guys too. That one is outside. Pretty good ballpark, over 100 years old. It's a very famous ballpark, one of the more historic ones in the entire state of Connecticut. Of course, famously, it's known for having Babe Ruth played here at one point in time. This is lifted. Foul territory. Panarella on the run again. That finds its way out. But not only did the great Bambino play here, but the Green Bay Packers played here as well. Way back when. In fact, there's been so much history at Muzzy Field that there's an entire book written about the history of Muzzy Field. Just a special venue that we're happy to be a part of here. Very historic venue, and I'm sure for the ball players, this is even more special to them. You know, not many people can say that they're playing baseball where Babe Ruth once stood. But these guys can. Every single one of these guys can. Runner goes, swing, and a miss with a punch out, and a runner will advance to second. So two gone now, a runner in scoring position. Quinn Orbis, the batter. As Alerte will come out and talk with Hanawalt about how he wants to handle this batter. Hanawalt just over that half-century mark, 55 pitches tossed. Orvis, a Division I baseball commit. He'll be playing at Central Connecticut State in New Britain come fall. Playing for the Division I Blue Devils. Looks at a strike there. 0-1. So Shaw on second with two gone here. A runner in scoring position. This is the first chance East Catholic has in this ball game. This is swung on, hit deep into left center field. That is going to be caught for the out. So they're able to get out of it there. They leave a runner stranded. Through four played, 3-0, the Titans lead it. Back here on WHCI, we take a look at the CCC baseball tournament bracket. You see there the matchup we're watching right now. It's Hall versus East Catholic, Southington and Glastonbury on the other side. They'll play after this. Take a look at some of the others as well. In the first round, it was Southington who defeated Lewis Mills and Glastonbury who defeated South Windsor on their way to the semifinals. And how did the Titans and the East Catholic Eagles get here? Well, Alerte will take his bag, and then I'll tell you in a moment. He gets hit by the pitch. It was the Titans defeating the Riverhawks of Farmington.
Shortstop.
And then
Gertner.
East Catholic defeating the Berlin Redcoats. And that's how they got here. The winner of this game will play either Southington or Glastonbury in the championship tomorrow right here at Muzzy. Well, you take a look at Nick Sanford there, and he knows a thing or two about being in this position as Gertner shows a bunt, hits it foul. And Sanford, of course, won a CCC title himself as a player, but he was in the championship game last season against Southington. They lost to the Blue Knights, unfortunately, but this season they'd like to hopefully make it go all the way. He knows a thing or two about winning, that's for sure. So Josh Gertner, the leadoff hitter here. Time is called. Looks like Gertner had something in his eye. He wipes it out. And now he gets set. So it's Alerte leading off first. The pitch shows bunt. Couldn't make contact there. Gertner 1 for 2 today. Would like to pick up another hit here. Or at least advance the runner. The pitch swung on. Hit pretty well into foul territory. And out of play. Gertner, the everyday starter for the Titans over at shortstop. He was a varsity player last season as well. And he's been the everyday leadoff hitter for this squad. Missed a couple games last week, but is now back in the lineup. Stanley still out there for East Catholic, approaching 70 pitches on the game. Throw to first, not in time. Tried to get Alerte there. Full count here, nobody gone, a runner on first in the top of the fifth. Gertner steps back in the box, gets set. Now checks over on the runner at first. Stanley getting set. The stretch. Gertner swings, lifts this one, but foul. So Gertner staying alive here on a busy at-bat. He's driving up that pitch count, doing what the Titans do best, strong deep counts, working that count too. Rips this one left field. This might get down. It will. That's going to be a base hit. The extra bases. Nick Sanford will put up the stop sign over at third. And now the Titans are dancing away here in the fifth. Runners on second and third now. Nobody gone. Gertner celebrates there. He gets a double, his second hit of the ball game.
Center fielder, Jeff Nyman.
That'll bring up the lefty power hitter in Jeff Nyman. And we'll have a visit here on the hill. We could see a pitching change here from East Catholic. A big spot here. They're down by 3. They don't want to surrender too many more runs. There are no outs here. And Nyman is up to bat. Nyman is 0 for 2 today. But he's found success as of late. On chance to get him his first hit of the ball game. Alerte at third. They'll keep the pitcher in. And Stanley. So Nyman will step in. Big spot here. Heart of the order awaits to get on up to the plate. If Nyman can get on, 3, 4, and 5 batters are awaiting on deck and in the hole. Stanley sets the pitch. That one is going to be in there for a strike. 1-1 the count now to Nyman. Nyman, a junior this year. Swings and misses there, a big cut. Now 1-2. Nyman will be looking to get the ball in play, but he's in protect mode now. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Stanley bounces back with a strikeout there as Nyman goes down for the third time this ball game.
Pitcher, Max Hannawalt.
So with 1 gone and 2 on, that'll bring up the heart of the order, and starting with Max Hannawalt, the pitcher today. He's a right-handed hitter. And an RBI opportunity for him today. Swings and rips this one. That's going to be down. That's going to score 1 run, maybe 2. That's going to score both. So Max Hannawalt does himself a favor, gets himself some insurance runs on the board. Make it 5-0 Hall. We're going to have a pitching change. That'll do it for Will Stanley. So we'll take a break. We'll come back, tell you all about it. Titans up 5-0.
Eight, Quinn Ortis.
Back here on WHCI as Quinn O'Neill step into the box, the cleanup hitter for the Titans. A new pitcher in the ball game will be Quinn Orvis, the Division I CCSU commit. He will come on and be the first pitcher in relief for East Catholic. East Catholic right now a 5-run deficit and a runner on first. Orvis will have the task of getting them out of this inning and holding back this Titans team. Now one finds its way outside. It's Quinn versus Quinn here. Orvis versus O'Neill in the battle of the Quins. That one finds its way in the strike zone. Quinn, one of the better hitters in the conference this season, batting average north of 400. And he finds his way on base with a walk. So now 2 on for Tommy Hussey.
Left fielder.
Only one gone here in the top of the 5th. Hussey had a home run a couple games ago. He had a really good week last week. 6 RBIs in the Mayor's Cup versus Mayor's Cup MVP. Today he is 0 for 2, but he's looking to swings and lifts this one into right field. The right fielder Klein is there to make the grab for the out. So quick fly out there from Hussey. Now 2 gone here. Well, that'll bring up Kyle Sharkey.
Kyle Sharkey.
Sharkey always a speed threat on the base paths if you can get on. And you see the infielder shifting. Big swing and a miss from Shark. Shark, the second baseman today. He also can pitch. That's in there for a strike. 0-2 now to Sharkey. Titans would like to pick up some more runs here. They've already grabbed 2 this inning. Grounds this one foul over towards the East Catholic dugout. So it's Hannawalt at second, O'Neill at first. In an 0-2 count with 2 gone. Swung on. Hit pretty well, left field. Curry is there to make the grab for the out. So pretty good piece of hitting from Sharkey, but it doesn't come to be a hit. They leave a couple stranded, but not before they score 2. 5-0, they lead it through 4.5. Back here on WHCI as Ryan Curry steps up to the plate as we begin the home half of the fifth. That one. Now bottom of the fifth. Titans up 5-0. That one is inside. Hanawalt still out there for the Titans, pitching pretty well up to this point. Hanawalt sets the pitch. Swinging on this. Fouled off the bat. That one is in there for a strike. The pitch from Hanawalt. Swung on. Grounded to short. Tossed to first. He's in time for the out. So good old-fashioned 6-3.
First baseman, Nate Wright.
So that'll bring up the first baseman, Nate Wright. Fouls this one back behind the backstop. Hanawalt sets the pitch. That's in there for a strike. That is going to be laid off a ball. Well, the fewest runs that this East Catholic team has scored this season came in their last loss against Glastonbury. That was a 7-1 loss for them. That's the fewest runs they've put up in a ball game this season. So the Titans could be cooking up something special here. They are no stranger to shutouts. They have more than 4 this season. So they're very used to painting up zeros on the other end of the field. Swing and a miss there. And he gets the punch out with a second out. Hanawalt pitching really well
Martello.
currently. Matt Martello, the batter here. Fouls this one away. The pitch. This is fouled away. Martello, a Division III commit to Roger Williams University. One of the many baseball commits on this team. He looks at a called third strike there. As Hanawalt rings him up, he continues this success here. We've played 5 now. The Titans up 5-zip. Back here on WHCI as Matt Panarella swings and hits this one into left center field. That's going to get down for a base knock. So just as quickly as we come back, and Matt Panarella gets himself a base knock. Panarella, the senior first baseman, able to get a base knock on the first pitch he sees. And that'll bring up Luce Sauer. He's 0 for 2 today, and a good chance to change that. When Orvis back out there in his first full inning of relief. Came in the last half inning, mid-inning. Relieve the starter in Stanley. On. To produce runs. Panarella goes. Sauer off over towards the Hall dugout. And they mentioned that they were going to have this game on their minds all weekend long as Panarella goes. No little off target, so he'll be there. And that puts him in scoring. Matt Panarella notably said that, you know, they remembered that they had lost earlier to the they're going to be looking to get back at him. And up to this point, that call. Panarella, it's the payoff pitch. He'll draw a deep count and pick up a walk. And Jamie Alerte. Alerte. Today he's 0 for 1. His first hit today. Shows a bunt. And both runners put. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. The Titans looking for some insurance. Leads. A bunt here right to the pitcher. So the sacrifice from Alerte will get him out, but a good sacrifice indeed as it moves both runners up a pair of 90 feet.
Shortstop.
That'll bring up the top of the order in Josh Gerner. So a really good play there from Alerte, advancing both runners 90 feet and putting both of them in scoring position. Now just one gone. Gerner a couple of hits today, 2 for 3. At a strike there. Gertner sits among the team leaders in batting average this season. An average that creeps over 400. Good RBI opportunity for him now with 2 runners on. That one finds the strike zone. 1 and 2. This is swung on hit, but foul. So a little early on that. You can tell he's seeing the ball well, though. He holds off just a little bit on that. He's able to drag that down that third baseline fair, but here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A big cut there. So he gets Gertner going down, swinging for the second out. Well, that'll bring up Jeff Nyman. Nyman is 0 for 3 today. Would like to change that here. Here's the pitch. That one's right down Main Street, a strike, 0-1. Nyman not having a good day today, but he's been swinging the ball well as of late, so I don't expect him to be in this funk for too long. Orvis checks over at a third. Now the pitch. Nyman swings, hits this one over to third. A ground ball. They have trouble with it. Throw to first. Just barely gets him, though. Nyman almost runs it out. So they leave two stranded. The Titans still up, though, through 5.5 played. 5-0 your score. Back here on WHCI, we take a look at Muzzy Field facts. The stadium first hosted its first game on July the 8th, 1914. Babe Ruth, as mentioned earlier in the broadcast, was a Red Sox player at the time. He played some exhibitions in the early 1900s. And the Green Bay Packers found their way to this stadium in 1943. Of course, the Bristol Red Sox called this place home from 1973 to 82. And it seats approximately over 4,900 fans, now home to the Bristol Blues since 2015. A pretty interesting and historic ballpark. Those are only a few of the facts that were mentioned, but we should note that there's so much history in this ballpark. There's an entire book written about it, Muzzy Field History, a book that you can buy, and it talks about the history. I don't personally own it, but that's how much history is in Connecticut. Of course, Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, another stadium that hosted the great Bambino, among others. Ted Williams got struck out at that stadium by a softball pitcher. There's so much rich baseball history in this state. Stuff that gets overlooked that a lot of people don't know about. Here's the pitch. Swung on, lifted, shallow right field. On the run, Sharkey is there to make the grab. So Max Anawal again back out there for yet another inning of work, and why not? He's been pitching pretty flawless up to this point. Didn't allow a hit until the fourth inning. It's like Cass, the batter here. He's 0 for 2 today. And the young junior on the mound has been able to pretty much silence these Eagles bats that have been so hot. Very impressive stuff. I'm sure his brother is proud. Boy, I wish I could talk to Chase right now and ask him what he's thinking. Chase is a big pitcher himself. Division I ball player. I'm sure Chase would have some very good notes for his brother. That one is in there for a strike. Anawal pitch. That's a little upstairs. So one gone here. Nobody on. That's in there for a strike. Time is called. Three and two the count. Hannawald, the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. So just a little bit outside. He walks him. Something you haven't seen too much today.
Fielder Will Stanley.
As that'll bring up Will Stanley. He started this ball game on the hill and now plays in the outfield. He's got a runner on with only one gone. Ball there. 1-0. Hannawald just tossed his 80th pitch of the ball game. Checks over at first. This is swung on, fouled away, and out of play. So Stanley 0 for 2 today. He's looking to change that. The pitch. This is a ground ball, but foul. So runner on first, one gone. And a 1-2 count. Hannawald checks over at first, now the stretch. Let's see, ball there, 2-2 now. Teammates cheering him on. They want Stanley to get this hit. Hannawald looking over at first, nothing doing over there. Now he's eyeing down the bat of the pitch. Swung on. Now one hit back and out of play behind the stadium. So staying alive is Stanley here. 2-2 count with one on and one gone. Here at the historic Muzzy Field in Bristol. Toss to first. Nothing doing over there. And I kind of like that move from Hannawald, checking over on the runner, keeping that pressure applied. Now this pitch is swung on, grounded to short, tossed to second. Is a little off target. So that'll be the first error of the ball game for the Titans. And everybody's going to be safe.
Shortstop.
So now a big spot here for the Eagles. This is their best scoring chance up to this point. The pitch. That one's a little high. Swung on, hit into right field. Sauer tracking it down. There to make the grab. Runner from second is tagging up. He'll make his way over to third. As Gertner able to field it off of a little bit of an off-center throw. So we'll have a visit here on the hill. We have 2 outs and runners on the corners. Nick Sanford going to come out and talk to his guy. I would assume that this is just a talk to kind of calm the nerves down, and I would think that Nick is going to let him finish this inning. What a big spot here in the late stages of this one. Just a 5-run lead for the Titans. Well, they'll leave him in the game. Hanwald sitting at 87 pitches. So this could likely be his last inning. Ty Cass, the batter, swings and misses there for a strike. Cass is 0 for 2 today. Comes in a big spot. East Catholic still looking for their first run of the ball game. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2 now to Cass. So Hanawalt, after the talk with Coach, is settling in. And he's going to look for the punch out here. Two on, 2 out. 5-0, the Titans lead it. The pitch. This is lined right to Sharkey for the out. So Hanawalt able to get out of it. They leave a couple stranded. Titans are up 5-0. Titans baseball is presented by WHCI. Volunteer-driven production remains the heart of WHCI's baseball coverage, creating opportunities for those interested in telecasting and media to take part in bringing hometown games to the screen. Well, we're here in the start of the 7th. Max Hanawalt is at the plate for the Titans. They're up by 5. And they'd like to build some more insurance here before going into that home half of the 7th with the East Catholic Eagles being the home team. They will bat again. Well, he walks him, so Hanawalt gets aboard via the walk, and Clint Orvis is still the pitcher out there in another inning of relief, as he will go up against Quinn O'Neill. O'Neill, a power-hitting righty, leads the Titans in average, total hits, extra base hits, and RBIs this year. Well, they will toss a new fresh set of legs over at first base. Oh, that'll be a strike there. Take a look at the pinch runner over at first. The swing and a miss from O'Neill. The pitch. The runner goes. Oh, he will make his way over to second. O'Neill working the count deep. Chris Faja, the pinch runner, over at second. That one is up and in. O'Neill 1 for 1 today. Faja now in scoring position. Thought about going there, holds off, ball 4. So O'Neill walks, and now that puts 2 runners on for the Titans. Nobody out. They will have a visit here on the hill. East Catholic still within reach, so this is a move where they might take off a pitcher and put in a new one, as they'd like to keep this deficit to where it's at and contain it. Give them a good chance to try and come back. East Catholic, the number 2 seed in this tournament, are trailing the number 3 seed Hull Titans. They only have got 2 losses on the year. And they're trying to avoid their 3rd. They haven't lost since April 22nd. So it's been well over a full calendar month since they suffered a loss.
Left fielder, Tommy Hussey.
So in steps in Tommy Hussey. Hussey is 0 for 3 today, but this would be a good chance to change that. Thought about going there. Did he go? He did. So he called a strike. So it's Faja at second, O'Neill at first. Nobody gone here in the top of the 7th. There's the pitch. Hussey shows bunt. Pulls it back. Throw to second. Sails over the head of the man covering second, and now Faja will find his way over to third. So an error there from East Catholic could prove to be costly. Runners now on the corners, nobody gone. The pitch. Big swing and a miss from Hussey. So he goes down swinging. Make him 0 for 4 now on the day. Well, that'll bring up the speedy infielder in Kyle Sharkey. Sharkey, speed threat. So don't be surprised if we see maybe a drag bunt here or anything along the sorts. He's beaten out bunt singles before. The pitch. One is a little high. Sharkey is 1 for 2 today. Sanford shows the signs to O'Neill. Titans up 5-0 here in the 7th. This is swung on hit back behind. He backs up and foul. Beautiful day here in Bristol. Blue skies, a nice wind breeze here at Muzzy. Runner goes. This is swung on and hit foul over to Sanford. He has some trouble with it, but don't let that fool you. He was an all-state shortstop back in his day. He'll be playing in the alumni game and this summer, the Post-96 Legion, West Hartford. So we'll get a chance to maybe see him field some real grounders. Talk with Sean Farley of Post-96 during the Mayor's for the second out. Farley was really excited about the upcoming season
First baseman
for Post-96 Legion. Had some good things to say. And he was excited about this year's alumni game as well, as that'll bring in the senior first baseman, Matt Panarella. Panarella 1 for 3 today. Here's the pitch. That one is a little inside. Well, Panarella is a good contact hitter. He's great at finding a way to get the ball to go into the opposite side of the field. And he does that with consistency. As he does it here, swings and hits this one into right field. That's going to get down. That's going to be extra bases, and Nick Sanford's going to play Quinn O'Neill home, rounding third, and he's going to be in there. Panarella gets fired up. It's a 2 RBI double for the Titans. Well, that swing couldn't get any bigger than that. Panarella picks up some clutch RBIs, and now they lead it 7-0.
Right fielder, Lou Sauer.
Oh, that'll bring up Lou Sauer. Sauer looks at his strike. Panarella in scoring position now. 2 gone. The pitch, swing and a miss. Big cut there from Sauer. Lou, a very good contact speed threat. He's 0 for 2 today. He is trouble on the base paths when he gets on. That's called third strike for Sauer. So they get out of it, but not before Matt Panarella brings across 2 with 1 swing of the bat. Last call for the Eagles coming your way next.
Thank you.
Catholic pitcher Quinn Orvis.
Back here on WHCI as the Eagles are down to their last 3 outs. It's the last call for them here. They're down but not out. Titans riding a 7-run lead. And the junior Max Hanawalt is back out there to finish this off. He enters this inning with 90 pitches thrown. And it'll be Quinn Orvis, the batter, to face him. Orvis 0 for 2 today. Coming up after the ball game, we'll have a brief break, and then we'll have the Titans post-game show followed by post-game interviews. So make sure you stay tuned and locked in on WHCI. The pitch. This is grounded fair. O'Neal scoops it, has some trouble with it. Gertner picks it up, though, but it'll be an infield-style single. They probably will charge an error to Quinn O'Neal there. So that puts a runner on.
Ryan Curry.
And Ryan Curry steps up to bat. And they will charge O'Neal with the error. It was just the second error of the ball game for the Titans. As that is in there for a strike. Curry 0 for 1 today. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Nice curveball there from the young Hanawalt. Able to clip the corner of the zone. Checks over at first. Now the stretch. It's just high. That'll be a ball. 1-2 now. Hanawalt quickly approaching that century mark in pitches tossed. He checks over at Orvis. Nothing going on. So a 7-0 ball game. And a 1-2 count. Nobody gone here in the home half of the 7th. Swung on, lifted into center field. Nyman on the run. He's going to be there to make the grab for the out. Titans baseball is presented by WHCI. Community engagement, including viewer feedback and online reviews, plays an important role in expanding the reach of WHCI baseball telecasts and connecting more fans with local competition. Well, Nate Wright steps in 0 for 2 today. He looks at a strike there. Hanawalt and the Titans looking to get out of this. There's a strike there. "99 pitches for Hanawalt as he gets set to throw his 100th of the ball game here. And there it is, 100th, a ground ball. This could do it. The throw to second for 1, toss to first, and that'll do it. The Titans advance to the CCC championship and do it in shutout fashion. So the CCC championship will see the Titans in back-to-back seasons under head coach Nick Sanford. They will await today to see who will be there to face them. It'll either be the Glastonbury Guardians or the Southington Blue Knights. That game coming up shortly. But it's the Titans who punch their ticket. Again, they do it in shutout fashion. This is the first time this season that East Catholic has been shut out. They have not been shut out at all this season. This is the first time it's happened. for the Titans. It becomes one of many shutouts that they've had this year. Brings the total up over 5. And a good win for Hall at the neutral site here in the Bell City of Bristol. We'll take a break. We'll come back. The Titans postgame show coming your way next. Back here on WHCI for the Titans postgame show. And the Titans pick up a 7-0 victory. We'll take a look at the bracket here. As you see, Hall punches their ticket to the championship game. Now back-to-back seasons that they've done so. Last season they lost to the Southington Blue Knights, who will be playing in this game shortly against Glastonbury. And it'll be between them who will face Hall in the finals. The Blue Knights defeated the Titans earlier this year on the Titans turf, but the Guardians of Glastonbury lost in major fashion to Hall earlier, one of only a couple losses Glastonbury suffered. So both competitive teams. It should be interesting. That's a good look at the bracket there. Well, Hall's advanced, though. They have picked up yet another victory. They now improve in the CCC tournament, moving on to the championship game. A 7-0 shutout. The first time East Catholic has been shut out this season. Their previous low was 1 against Glastonbury. And so for them, their tournament is done, but they will be in the CIEC Class LL tournament, which will start June 1st. The first round, I'll start on that Monday. And so for them, they get a nice long break. For Hall, they have a game tomorrow here at Muzzy Field. We'll have your coverage of that one. Again, the winner of Southington and Glastonbury. We'll see what happens. It should be a good one. The Titans able to pick up a 7-0 victory. They have now won 12 of their last 13. And dating back to the regular season, they are pretty much on about as hot of a scorcher as you could get. Nothing has been stopping these Titans as of late. They are so connected. And it's just so good to see. We'll be able to talk to a couple of the Titans, including head coach Nick Sanford, when we come back. Post-game interviews coming your way. This has been the Titans post-game show on WHCI. Back here on WHCI with head coach Nick Sanford. Nick, you guys had a pretty good game, I would say. The first time East Catholic has gotten shut out this season. Just talk to me about what went right for you guys.
Max Hannawalt. I mean, he was absolutely dominant on the mound. He was mixing all his pitches, and we played really good defense behind him. We had some clutch double plays. So the credit's all to Max. He really gave us a chance to win and kept us in the game and then closed it out. So that was a warrior effort for him. Really, really proud of him.
Easily one of the strongest performances I've seen from him, but really from anybody on your staff this season and really last season too. He obviously went up against a couple of college commits, a D1 guy, a couple of D3 guys. Do you think that got to his head at all, or did he know that going in, you think?
I mean, he pitched our last game we played against him and did pretty well, so that's actually their second look at him. So it's a credit to him with his stuff. He still kept them off balance. Gave up some hard contact, but we made the plays. So the whole game, all facets of the game, we were on top of it today. So that's led to the victory.
Yeah, and obviously him going a complete game is huge for you guys with playing tomorrow. Just talk to me about how important that is that you were able to get a complete game out of him.
Yeah, I mean, him to be able to go the distance, he wanted the ball the whole time. Gives everyone fresh. We got everyone fresh for tomorrow, so we're going to need everyone tomorrow to be either of these two really good teams. So it's going to be a dogfight.
Obviously, you guys had a pretty good offense today. You'll be looking to keep that continuing going tomorrow. You guys plan on changing anything going up against some tougher opponents? Obviously, Glastonbury on a scorcher since the last time you guys faced him, but also Southington. You guys probably have a sour taste in your mouth from earlier in the year.
Both teams are very good. Now we're going to just come with the same approach we had today and try to play clean baseball and dominate in all three facets of the game and see what happens.
Is there anything you're telling the players now that has been helping them with their approaches in the at-bats? It seems like there's less swinging and missing now, and there's less swinging at the first pitch. That's kind of calmed down over the past couple weeks. Is there anything you're telling those guys?
Just don't get cheated. Don't take any at-bat for granted. They know, it's kind of we're in do-or-die baseball now, so they only have so many at-bats left, and they're not taking any of them for granted.
Nick, thank you so much, and a great game from you and the guys.
Thank you.
Well, that'll do it for us ever at WHCI. We'll pack it up here from Muzzy Field, the historic site here in Bristol, Connecticut. We'll be back tomorrow. We will face either Southington or Glastonbury, one of these two teams. They're about to play right now. You see behind me, they're getting the field ready for those two teams. It's the CCC championship game tomorrow. You can catch it on WHCI. For now, this is Anthony Altamirano saying so long from Muzzy Field.